Okay, this is my new tractor. I've been wanting to come out here all week to work on it. The weather's been great, and today it's just doom and gloom. I paid 300 bucks for this tractor. My wife thinks it's a big piece of crap, but when I got it here and compared it to my other tractor, it's pretty much the same tractor. So for 300 bucks, maybe a steal of a deal. We'll go do a walk around it, see what it needs. Got a lot of rust. I have to replace the fenders. The tires are crap, and it's old. It's a 1968. So let's take a closer look. I don't know if you can see, maybe you can hear the rain. Doom and gloom. I've been wanting to come out here all week. It's been beautiful. First day to be able to come out here, and it's just downpouring. I'm actually kind of standing in my barn here and dreaming the dream. That's my other tractor. That one's 10 years newer. It's a 2000 2600 model. It's a walk around on my $300 tractor. Purchased this last week, Thanksgiving, and kind of do a little walk around. Tires are pretty crappy all around, pretty rusty. These fenders are junk, so they need to come off, get some new ones. They're pretty pricey though, a couple $150. Get the other style. I'd like to flip these wheels so that they track on the inside, so you could, I believe, unbolt these and then switch the wheels to the other side so they are mounted with the deep side out. And tire size on this one is 12.4. You can't even see that, 12.4 on an 11 by 28 rim. So that's theoretically 11 by 28 rim. I don't know that for sure, but 12.4. These are really wide. I've noticed that the other ones are less, but I do notice that the brake on my 2600 is way up here on a plate, and this one has the big fat wide plates with the brake right there. So that's good to know that that's the wide track. Had no idea what the hell that is. Huh. Interesting. I'm sort of lever right there. Have no idea what that is. Another interesting lever. Have no idea what that is. Looks like that controls some sort of equipment, like a on-off valve. This one is similar to my other tractor where it has the 8 forward and back. I was under the impression that this was a dry clutch. So the clutch, I would think, is in there, but this does have a place to put fluid in this gearbox. So I'm learning a little bit by just coming out here looking. The fuel stuff, they undid the lines, they undid this line. Why they did all that, I have no idea. Must have been having fuel problems and they just gave up. An old nasty filter, it looks like it's freaking as old as the tractor, which is horrible. They had left the cap off that, so that was full of water, so I'm gonna have to clean that out. The engine looks like they had done some work. It's all painted and pretty in here. That injector's got dirt in it, so we're going to have to make sure we take those injectors out and actually clean them. Radiator's not holding any water. No radiator cap. This thing right, battery tray, is disgusting. I don't know if I got one ordered, but that's high on my list to get a new battery tray. Probably needs a new water pump. That's frozen, so the fan's frozen, so no, that's not any good. So it needs a new water pump. I don't know if the engine's frozen, but it's got good oil in it. Good, nice, solid black oil. There's no water or anything, so hopefully that's good to go. I have no idea what that is. Hydraulic filter needs a new one of those. The old generator alternator, looks like the tack runs off of that. That's pretty interesting. That would be my guess that that's the tack cable. That's not frozen. The belt's still there. So we'll put all that back on. Non-power steering, which is good. I have no idea what this thing is. This is the clutch. Clutch seems to have really good. What's hanging up on this thing, but man, that seems like a pretty damn good clutch to me, so that's probably good. This is to turn your PTO on. That seems to be working, so hopefully that works. Maybe we'll get lucky here and this will be a decent tractor. I'll take this piece of crap cover off. That just makes it hard to work on anything. Might protect it from the dirt or whatever, but we're going to fix all this up. These hoses, hopefully they're good, and that tractor, I hope that's not on my video. So for sure, we need a seat. We need a steering wheel. That's about as disgusting as you can get. I have no idea what that light is for. Got like 6,000 hours. This thing needs to be lubed up. It's hard as hell, but it's still moving for your throttle. So we need to grease that up. I like to get new step pans. Now that I know what size those are. I think they're this particular size because they bolted them to the fender, but a lot of these don't have thing to bolt to the fender because my other one doesn't have that. And rust bucket, this fender is just horrible. Rusted out. So fenders, seat, some hydraulic filters, clean out the fuel tank. I have no idea. This air filter looks like it's a pain in the ass to get to. It probably needs a new air filter. Need to do some fiberglass on that. That's about it. A lot of interesting stuff here that I don't know any of that stuff works. We have a broken chain piece. That looks pretty sketchy. It's on there, but this, some sort of quick connect, that's pretty much ruined. I don't know if that's supposed to be a swivel or I thought that was supposed to be the pumpkin plug. So that's like they took the pumpkin plug and made it a return. So I don't understand that. Don't understand that. That looks like something to lock. And that does not move, so maybe we can free that up. Grease that. Ooh, that looks pretty rotten. And it's bent as hell. Okay, so that's another thing we're definitely going to have to get. And that's rusted, so that's not going to work. So we'll get 2 new arms. We'll get this chain kit for these. That's busted. That's like 20 bucks for this chain kit. And that's busted off of there. So that would be good just to get 2 new arms. Brakes. It's going to need new brakes, or at least go in there and clean those. So we'll tear that apart, check the brakes, flip the wheels, get a new seat. So you could spend a lot of money on this tractor. I hope to put less than $1,000 into it. So we'll just put some parts, make sure it runs before we get carried away buying a bunch of parts. We'll fix this diesel stuff first. So that's my goal, is to fix these lines, clean the injectors, clean the fuel tank. We'll start it up, make sure it works before we go spending money on all this crap. And then once we know that that works, we'll come back in here and start getting some of this other stuff. But now I've had a chance to look at some of this stuff. I don't know what that is. Alright, well, that's a $300 tractor. That'll be fun. Give us a project to work on. Not that I need any more projects, but I'm hoping we can make a few bucks on it. Hoping I can put $1,000 or less, have $1,300 in it, in real parts, and maybe sell it for $3,500 if I'm lucky. We got snow this morning in Texas. Dreaming of a white Christmas. Oh, it's crazy, man, crazy. Oh, look at all that. Oh, it's cold out here.